Hi guys, this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm here again with my beginners my junk journal basics kit and journal and reverse stack folio-y thing that we have been making. And what I thought we could do today is we're going to go back to the journal. So we have been working on the, the foldery envelope stack thing. I don't know what to call it, I'm afraid. So yeah, it's just going to be referred to as that at the moment. And I thought we could start putting some bits into our journal or decorating up the journal, but we want to be keeping it as flat as possible because, it's going to be slotting into kind of the pouch of the folio-y thing, the thing I don't know what to call. So yeah, although we want to kind of obviously have it looking gorgeous and pretty, we don't want to kind of have it looking bulky or, too bulky because it's then not going to fit into the pouch. So I thought, let's just come along and just do some very pretty and sort of very basic kind of decorative pieces in the journal. So, I mean, obviously I've got lots of different papers in here. I've got some from the kit itself, which really look very pretty. And then I've got lots of these lovely blues. I've got some, book page, got a paper bag and things. And yeah, I mean, obviously the covers we made from the background page, just backed onto some coffee dyed paper. So, I mean, it's a reasonably kind of not bulky journal at the moment. I'm probably not the best place, to be honest, to come on and do this video, but hey, let's give it a try. So yeah, I want to really keep my pieces like as small as possible, or certainly as bulkless as possible. So I think what we're going to have to do is kind of just make pretty flat pockets and what have you, because as soon as they get bulky at all, then that's it. We're kind of on a losing battle with regards to actually popping this into the pocket for it. So yeah, let's just come along and do some very basic filling, just using some of the kind of flat pieces from the kit. So here, for example, I've just got this gorgeous journal card, and yep, we can just pop this onto a page. So I mean, hopefully what we're going to end up with is a super pretty and still very interactive journal, but without kind of all the bulk and things that we sometimes put in our journals. And that's no kind of criticism of more bulky journals, because if you watch my channel, you'll know I absolutely love a bulky journal, and probably the world's worst for making bulky journals. But if we're specifically trying to not bulk them out, what we want to do is, of course, keep things very flat. So by just adding that, how pretty does that look? It just looks gorgeous, doesn't it? And there you've got straight away a little pocket in the side. So going over the page, so these are both quite thickish papers, so we definitely can have pockets on here. It's going to be good pages for pockets. So I'm just having a quick look through the pieces that I've got here on my lap, and I've got actually a bigger piece, I think, to the side of me. Certainly it was there just now. Hold on a moment. Okay, right, let me pull this in. Hold on a second. So I'm thinking we could use one of the bigger kind of pieces, so we have more of a statement piece. So, just demonstrating really that, just because you're trying to keep your pieces flat and, bulkless, it doesn't mean they have to be like uninteresting to the eye. So, I mean, I think that other page looked really gorgeous anyway, just with that flat sort of pocket. But if we just pop this in, we could just have this, right in the middle of this page, like that. Again, we can have it as a pocket, so maybe here to the side. So I'm just going to, stick this down. And again, this is just one of the cards from the kit. So all the pieces that we're using, they're all from the kit. Because I'm trying to obviously, the point of it was it's a total essentials basics kit. So, you know, it's containing everything that you need to make everything that we're making. I mean, aside from obviously the lace and, you know, fabric type things, the paper type items are from the kit. So we've got that one in there. And then, of course, we can then decorate that up and embellish that further with some of the pretty flowers and things like that, or the butterflies or the labels from the kit. So just having a look, I mean, obviously, because I love colour, I've got this temptation to want to obviously smother this in flowers. But the other part of me says, oh, why not actually challenge myself to not smother this in flowers and actually just maybe have a complete blue and black page? What do you think? I'm not even sure whether I'll be able to pull that off, you know, without kind of giving in to temptation and smothering it with colour. But yeah, I'm just thinking as a sort of very, well, different sort of look for me anyway, is keep it completely just the two colours. So just going to cut these couple of butterflies out. And obviously this page here, this is just a food coloured page. It's quite thick, like I say. So, but the colour couldn't be more perfect for coupling with these, you know, bluey, green, aqua, you know, whatever description of colour. Then how gorgeous to actually just go for something completely kind of, yeah, like monotone. I think that is actually really pretty. So I love that butterfly down there actually. So now I'm thinking, oh, perhaps. Well, let's have a look through, because I've got some other print cards which are a more neutral theme that we might be able to put on this side to like marry it up. So yeah, let's just quickly take this other butterfly. So, you know, I mean, again, no end of different looks that you can achieve. You know, we're going to have lots of very colourful pages. Then we'll have this page, which obviously is going to be, you know, more neutral. And that's all just, you know, from the flat pieces. So we're not bulking it out or adding any, you know, fancy pockets or anything complicated or, you know, yeah, tricky. We're just literally using the bits contained in the kit and just using those exactly, you know, well, in their original state, I suppose, is how we're using them. So I'm just having a look to see. We've got these. These are probably a better colour. So let's just pull this down. Not pull it down, cut it out, perhaps I should say. Okay. So now these, I've done these like stuck together so that they're almost like a little booklet, which we might be able to just use on this page. So even though it's not going to be one completely flat piece, it would only be, you know, one folded over, if you see what I mean. So if I just fold those roughly down that middle section. Oh, it's a shame my folding's so out, isn't it? Yeah, terrible, terrible folding. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, right. I mean, actually, we could even hook it on like that. I mean, I was intending on having it as a little foldy, but I was then thinking we could even hook it over, or we could hook it at the top, I suppose. It's a bit probably weird up there, but yeah, we could hook it over here. Oh, well, perhaps we'll have it. Well, I can't decide now. Can't decide. I mean, yeah, let's just decide what else we're going to put on here. So if I were to have, say, that there, let's just squash that down with the scissors. So I'm just going to put this butterfly on because I love this butterfly where it was. So definitely having that there. No, you know, no yeah, questioning of that. Sorry, I just had to sip my tea. Let's just take this one, which was the more colourless print card that I was meaning. Okay. Let's just see. Oh, we could have it there. Oh my goodness, how lovely does that look? That is gorgeous, isn't it? Oh, I love how that looks. So yeah, might put those 2 butterflies there. Now I've also got those butterflies in smaller size. So let's just take a couple, or maybe even just one. Let's just take that. Okay. Okie dokie. Like this. Might even swap this around so as I have, you know, a big one and a small one on the other page, and then the big one over here. So let's just see how this would look. So I love that on there. That is just gorgeous. We could have it more like that. And then, yeah, I think probably like that. Oh my goodness, how lovely is that? So I think I will just ink this. So I'm just going to pop this down on here. And again, we can pop this down as a pocket. So you've got like a pocket on a pocket, if you see what I mean. So, and you know, like I always say, just because they are glued down as pockets does not mean you have to use them as pockets. So, you know, they're just there to give kind of maximum opportunities, maximum options when you come to actually use your journal. But yeah, just because they're there as pockets does not in any way mean that you have to use them. So like that. Okay, yeah, that's really nice, isn't it? So I'm just going to glue this butterfly down over there like that. Okay. I love how this colourless page looks. I don't very often do colourless, as you know. I just really love colour. So I mean, even now I'm doing colourless. You know, there's honestly this part of me that's like, I really want to put like, you know, loads of colour down. But yeah, I'm going to resist. Well, I'm going to try and resist. Oh, let's hope that I make it and do actually resist. Now I've said it. So I've just got a couple of my, you know, rusted paper clips that we could then just literally, oops, forgot which way I was doing that. Just literally have it like that onto that page. Maybe over to the side. Otherwise I feel it's a bit funny having everything in the centre. So I'm just going to take that like that. Now I'm just going to obviously ink around, because obviously this is going to be an opening piece, you know, which is all obviously currently white. So let's just ink around there. Again, I mean, I probably should have coffee dyed this, but yeah. You know, it's fine. It's fine being just inked up. So, okay. Okie dokie. Right, so that's that piece. And then, yep, just then going to actually put my paper clip on there now. Oh, what have I just done with that? I mean, literally, I just that second had the paper clip, but oh well, let's just use the other one. Oh, okay, like that. And yeah, I think kind of over there actually is probably nicer. So I'm going to just put it over there, and for this one I'm going to use the hot glue. And the reason I'm using the hot glue is because the paper's sort of got a bit of a curly edge. Even though it has been ironed since the, you know, food dyeing process, it's still got a bit of a curly edge. So yeah, I just want to kind of make sure it's glued as flat as possible. And obviously, although the wet glue would do that, I'd have to kind of sit and hold it for a while. Whereas the hot glue, it's just instant. And yeah, I don't have to don't have to worry about it at all. It's glued down. And then I've got, of course, my butterfly here, which, yeah, I think kind of just there. Okay. Like that. Oh my goodness, how yummy are those pages? I mean, honestly, I so don't do kind of colourless, but wow, you know, on that very, very rare occasion that I do, I always think, why don't I do it more? Because I really do like it. Right, I've just finished my tea now. So let's go over the page. So of course we've got another turquoise page here. Don't want to do this colourless now because, you know, that's a bit boring to kind of do multiple colourless pages in a row. So let's have a look and see what we could pop here. Thinking this goes quite nicely with the facing page. So again, just cut that down. Like that, okay. Okay, oops. Oh my goodness, could my cutting be any more crooked? Oh dear. Right. Oh, how gorgeous does that look? Absolutely love how that looks. So yeah, do we want to have it? Ooh, where do we want it? Well, we could just actually have it right in the corner. Like that. Or just with even a space in the corner, like that. Yeah, I quite like it like that. So, and again, I'm just going to hot glue this down for speed. Now, you'll probably notice, I mean, very unusually for me, I'm not adding any lace or anything. I'm not saying I'm not going to, but definitely I'm not going to at this stage because I'm going to fill up the journal and then see how bulky it is. Because I might not actually be able to put any lace in here. You know, it might just then make it just too bulky that it won't fit into the pouch at all. So yeah, going to restrain myself and not bulk it out at all. This one here is just copy paper thickness. So I'm going to leave that one for journaling. Now, just going to take down a couple of flowers. These were the flowers that I was trying to find in the last video. Well, I don't know whether it is definitely the last video, but the last video of this little series of this, you know, basics essentials kit. I was looking desperately for these flowers and I knew that they were somewhere on the desk, but I just kept thinking, well, perhaps I've used them all. But yeah, you know, kind of, you know, when you know deep down and you think, well, I haven't used them, but you know, hey, I must have done because they're nowhere here. Yeah, they were there. Of course, I just could not see them. Or maybe even up there. I was thinking kind of maybe have them around on the page a little bit. You know, just to bring the colour in a little bit onto the page. So, okay. And like I always say, I mean, honestly, flowers, you know, they look daunting, but I just think they're actually one of the better things to cut out because, honestly, nobody really knows what shape that flower was to begin with. So, you know, they're pretty forgiving, I think. Oh, look, they're the same way round as what's on the card. I don't necessarily want them the same way. Perhaps I don't want them. Okay. Oh, maybe like that. It's quite pretty, isn't it? So again, just kind of building up the page, but, you know, whilst not adding any bulk to it. So just take those. Okey-doke, like that. And then this one. Like that. Oops. Okay. So just checking they're glued down nicely. So then we've got just a tuck spot here. So yeah, can just tuck some, you know, some flat items in there. Okay, going over. So then we've got this paper bag, and now I've already put something in the paper bag. Again, I mean, it's just a teeny little journal that I made, but it's kind of like, yeah, it's not bulky, but, you know, it's kind of thicker. So, you know, again, I hope I don't kind of live to regret that, but if I do, I can always, you know, take it out. So let's just put on the paper bag one of the labels, you know, just so we've got something of interest going on there. Like that. Okay. Oh, how pretty is that? Now, do we want it right on the edge or in the middle? I think right on the edge, actually. So again, I'm just going to hot glue this one. And again, the reason being is because that paper bag being flimsy, you know, when you press it, things kind of like just dent it in. So if I were using the wet glue, I just feel like I would have to hold on to that for a little bit. So I don't want to have to be sat here holding on to it. So just pressing it down is, you know, just quick and easy. Okay. And again, I've done that like a pocket. So, you know, again, the option's there if I wanted to put things in it. On the other side, I might just literally just put a flower, I think, on there. So, or maybe two. So let's just take these couple. Okay. Like that. Okie dokie. Yeah, I think perhaps I'll just glue these flowers together, and then we can just pop these flowers onto that bag. And again, you know, we could do them like a tuck spot, you know, and then like, I mean, I know like a scratch record, but you know, then you've got the option of using them to kind of tuck something in. I mean, again, at this point, I don't know how this journal is going to be. I don't know how it's going to be in the pouch. So it's going to be very much a kind of like, oh, how, you know, depending on how big the journal turns out, will depend how many of those pockets or tuck spots will be filled up, if you see what I mean. So, you know, if it turns out that actually, like say even now, it would struggle to get into that pouch, well, I mean, if it's already doing that, then I'm in trouble, to be honest. But yeah, if it's kind of already, then of course I wouldn't then, you know, fill hardly any of the pockets. So yeah, let's just glue these together like that. Okay, and then I'm just going to put those down just like that there. Okie dokie. So you've just then got a little sort of tuck spot there, you know, if you wanted to put something in. Like I say, I'm not going to actually fill anything at the moment, because until I kind of see how thick it is, I want to kind of, yeah, leave my options open as much as I can. So here I've got a smaller page, and again, this is, you know, on thicker paper, just so that I've got that option to use it as a pocket if I want to. Let me just see. I'm trying to see now where the photographs are. No, they're not photographs. They're, oh, what are they called? Well, they're just kind of pictures, you know, from vintage books. But yeah, let's just use one of these. So take that one. Okay. Okie dokie. Oops. Like that. And then I think what I'll do, just think that little edge where I've made a rubbish job of it. So like that, and then I think let's just take a picture, a flower and maybe a butterfly, picking up the colours from there. So just bring in a blue and yeah, let's just do these couple. Okay, all right, let's just do this one, and then I think a red rose because again, we can just see that red rose poking out. Okie dokie. So, I mean, hopefully, yeah, what we're going to end up with is, you know, reasonably flat, not too bulky journal. But, you know, no less pretty and, you know, gorgeous than something that's really quite fancy and flamboyant normally. So, you know, which will hopefully just go to show that, you know, things don't have to be really full of complicated tucks and, you know, what have you. They don't have to be full of, you know, a whole abundance of, you know, lace and what have you. I mean, hello, that's me saying that, and yep, I'm the last person to adhere to that rule. So yeah, it will be a surprise to me as well if this turns out lovely. No, I mean, to be honest, I think this is looking really pretty already, and I love the fact that, you know, we're going to end up with lots of different kind of looks. So like the colourless page, I mean, I just absolutely love that. It's really gorgeous. So like here, you know, we could just kind of have it, well, even like that, to be honest. Simplicity, complete simplicity, but absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? So, oops, please excuse the back of this. So just gluing this down with the wet glue because that page is pretty flat. So yeah, pop that down there like that. Okay, and then we'll just pop that rose on at the edge. I mean, overkill, but yeah, again, I'm just hot gluing that down. Don't have to sit and hold that then. And it's just popped down, and then, whoops, the butterfly. Yeah, I think the butterfly is nice there with the rose. I mean, I guess it could go separately, but yeah, I think it's quite nice with the rose. Like that. Okay. Could even have a little label on this page, I suppose. Well, it might be a bit weird, but yeah. I mean, we could have it on the facing page, just literally, I mean, we could even just staple that onto that facing page. Would be lovely, wouldn't it? Yeah, I might do that. So, right, let me find where my little Tim Holtz stapler is. Oh dear. Where indeed. I often have it in my little bag, you know, where I've taken it to my mum's house. No, it's not in there. It's obviously buried on my desk somewhere. So yeah, let's just use my normal stapler. But I don't really want to be honest. Well, I might have no choice. Might have no choice but to just use that because, yeah, I can't see my stapler anywhere. So yeah, I'm just going to take this and just then staple this down. Now again, you know, if you don't like staples, obviously you could just glue this down. I quite like staples. I think they're quite nice, and I like the way that they, you know, attach it, but it's still flapping, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I like the stapled look. I might even just leave this page plain for journaling, so that you've got, you know, room there for journaling. Could add just a very small something on there. I've got this, which again obviously then picks up from the other side. So let's just take that. Okay. I'm loving putting things in the middle, I've noticed on this journal, which is really weird because I don't generally do that. But yeah, for some reason I'm putting everything sort of central. I don't know why. No idea why. But yeah, everything seems to look quite nice in the centre for some reason in this journal. So again, I've just put that down the bottom like a little tuck spot. So again, you know, if you then wanted to put something in there, it's just a little tuck at the bottom of the page. Oh, that's a thick page. I didn't realise that was a thick page. So what we could do here is just take again some of the thicker background page, which I have printed now, some in thicker paper. and we could just tear a corner tuck spot. I might even have that one. Yeah, let's do this. Just take that little bit off that's not quite printed borderless. Okay. And then we can just glue that down. Oops. On there like that. Now this is also thick, so I mean we could actually have a similar thing going on in this corner. Do we want to do that? Oh, it's such a tough decision sometimes, isn't it? Let's just see. Wondering which section of this I would prefer, because I don't necessarily want that section. So let's just cut this down here. And just tear it down here. Okay, and then just cut it down here. Yeah, so we could have then, you know, a little tuck on either one of those pages. Is kind of cute, isn't it? I'm just going to double check that I wouldn't prefer them somewhere else. Because, you know, we have got our centre page here, which I'm just thinking, oh, would I prefer them in the centre? Quite love them in the centre, it's got to be said. Yeah, I do quite love them in the centre. So yeah, I might have to put them there actually. So again, now the centre is on thickish paper or slash card. So I'm just going to, again, I'm just going to hot glue this down just for speed. Now, obviously, ordinarily, I would put lace and things like that coming out from here. But of course, because I'm trying not to bulk this journal out, I'm just putting these down, you know, completely as they are. But yeah, I mean, if you're not worried about your bulk and things, you could obviously put lace and all of that stuff down, which would just, you know, look so gorgeous. So yeah, already I'm like, ooh, this is like killing me not to put the lace down and things, because yeah, I mean, how pretty would a bit of lace, bit of lace look on here? It would just look gorgeous, wouldn't it? But yes, I must restrain myself because, you know, the goal is a very unbulky journal. I know that's just terrible English, but you know, well, not really English in fact at all. But right, let's just cut. What am I talking about? Not cut. Glue. Let's glue this down. So yeah, let's put this over here. Like that, okay. Like that, okay, right. Okay, looking good. Okay, yeah, looking good. And then just to kind of like finish this off, I think, because again, you know, I'm trying not to bulk it out or anything like that. We could just have like a big butterfly or a big flower maybe somewhere. So let's just take one of these down. Maybe actually we could have one of those labels somewhere. I mean, we could even have a frame, to be honest. Isn't it funny how when you then start looking, you're like, ooh, actually, yeah, I mean, you could even have a frame in the middle of that page. Would look quite cool, wouldn't it? I'm not saying that frame particularly, but yeah, you could definitely have something like that on there. I think probably one of the goldy type ones would look better. But yeah, just kind of wondering whether, I mean, I was actually meaning more on the pocket, but let's just see. Oh, maybe this one. Maybe this one. Let's just see. Okay, and take this one down. And I mean, obviously, you know, you don't have to put something on every single page. I mean, what I tend to do is, and I know I've talked about this loads of times on, you know, videos where I've bound a journal, I have a mixture of thick and thin pages. And I tend to just keep my embellishment type bits for the thick pages. You know, I don't really kind of put them too much on the thin paper, you know, copyweight paper pages. You know, I just try and keep them for the, you know, the heavier weight pages, because that's, you know, just over time, that's just something I've found works really nicely for me. And I'm not saying that that works for everybody, you know, because obviously different things work for different people, don't they? But yeah, that's just something that I've kind of noticed works, you know, works well for me. Oh, bother. Look what I've just done. What a twit. Do you know, that's so annoying, because actually that probably would have been the one. Oh my goodness, come on. Well, I could still get away with using that. I mean, actually, I don't mind the blue. Don't know now which I prefer. That's so annoying. I can't believe I just cut through that, honestly. I quite often check to make sure there's not stuff stuck, you know, printed on the back. Didn't even think to check on the back of there. So straight away, just gung-ho, went straight in, and whoops, before I knew it, I'd cut straight through that frame. Okay. So this word might be too small, but oh, too small and very crooked. What awful cutting again. Oh dear, that was terrible. Absolutely terrible. So just ink that round. I mean, that's quite pretty, isn't it? Whoops. And I mean, to be honest, again, what you could do is layer that. So we could then put something else inside that. So either, you know, another frame, or I've got obviously the labels. You could put a label in there. Let's just take this one. Okay. Like that, and yep. So you could then sort of layer things up. I mean, it would be better, to be fair, if that was a portrait piece, which of course I have got those portrait, you know, sort of photograph. Why do I keep calling them photographs? They're not photographs. They're the, you know, the vintage pictures. So, I mean, we could have one of those in there. Yeah, let's just tear this one down. And, you know, don't be afraid to kind of alter your pieces. So, you know, like, for instance, here, I'm just tearing this out instead of keeping it into the, you know, the rectangular cut shape. You know, you can always tear your pieces or, you know, alter them like that. And that's them, you know, just adding a different sort of look to that, isn't it? So, yeah, don't be afraid to kind of do things like that. So that's quite nice, isn't it? I have to say I'm in two minds, because I think that looks pretty. The other part of me says, well, I could just glue this together and use that as a journaling card, to be honest. And then I've kept that gorgeous, you know, the florals in view. So, yeah, I'm a bit torn. This is where I wish that I could hear you guys, because you would be able to advise me which you think, you know, looks better. But, yeah, just... let's put this down on this frame first. Oh, well, I can't really use this as a journal card, because look, it's that one that I mucked up. So, right, let's get this glued down anyway, because one way or another I'm going to have to, you know, glue this down somewhere. So even if I don't use it on this page, I'm going to have to use this somewhere glued down, because of course I've cut into it. So yeah, totally forgot that. Totally forgot. So yeah, I mean, we could just have that like that as a journal card. Not that one, because I've cut into it, as I say. But, you know. Oh, might have to have a couple of the labels. I've got the black ones here, which I thought would be really nice. Actually, this one I think would be lovely. Okay. Okey-dokey. Right, oops. Just checking it's up the right way. Oh, it's so tough to decide, isn't it? I mean, to be honest, that probably is not really bringing anything much to that page, but there's something about it I do quite like having it there. But like I say, I mean, I could easily have a journal card mimicking that. I mean, obviously I'm not going to use that because, like we say, it is actually torn. But I could make another one similar to this that we tuck into there. So yeah, perhaps I'll keep this for another page. But I do love this flower. So I'm just going to glue the flower down. And actually, I really liked it with the word on top of the flower. So I might just have that like that. Looks very pretty, doesn't it? Oops. Oh my goodness, I can barely hold it. Like that. Okay, that's lovely, isn't it? Really, really pretty. Okay, so yeah, I need to decide whether I want to put anything there. So let's just quickly take this one and put this somewhere because, yeah, I love how this looks. I mean, actually, I love how it looks maybe here. So I might have it here, and then I might just cut out a red rose, which will just disguise that awful corner. Well, hopefully we'll disguise that awful corner that I've snipped into. So, yep, let's just take that down. Okay. Okay, so, yeah. Oh, I mean, how gorgeous does that look? And obviously that rose just then picks up from the facing page. So let's just glue this down. Now I'm going to just glue this with the hot glue around those edges. Now, just need to be a bit careful here. Like that. And then my rose is going to go over here where that kind of cut is, which will hopefully like reinforce that. So when it's being used as a pocket, it will have the reinforcement from this rose, if that makes sense. So that rose being over there is going to hold those, you know, where I've got the slits, hold them together. So let's just pop this down like that. And that just goes over there. So now where I've got that slit paper, it's properly held together. So fingers crossed, that would not be in the way of anything tucking in and out of there. So it would function perfectly well now as a pocket. So yeah. Oh, I love how that looks. Really, really pretty. And it's just kind of picking up from the other page, you know, the colours and things. So yeah, I mean, we've made a really good job. As you can see, I mean, it's got all those different pockets and things going on in there now, but no more bulky than it was really to begin with. Obviously, we have not stuffed those pockets yet. And of course, I have got quite a few more pages to go. But I'm just going to continue in the same vein, i.e. very flat pieces. So touch wood, there's no reason why this should get really much bulkier than it actually is now. So, you know, fingers crossed, I'm going to restrain myself to keeping it, you know, pretty slimline. So yeah, I hope that you like how it's coming on. I mean, I think it looks really, really, really pretty. And yeah, I hope that you have fun if you're making something very similar, or, you know, something, I don't know if you're using the kit yourself or anything like that. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks then. Bye.